Hello, hello, and welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to give you guys a room tour, but I do want to add, if you are looking for the perfect schoolroom, you might as well move on because you will not get that here. I did the best that I can to make it as functional as possible, but there's still a lot of work that needs to go into it. So here it is. Okay, so first I'm going to walk you in so you get an idea of what it looks like. So when you first walk in, this is what you see. A hodgepodge mess in the middle of our school table. Okay, so with that said, I'm gonna just guide you through the different stations in our schoolroom. We have a lot of different areas, and I really feel blessed the fact that we actually have a schoolroom. So initially we did not have a schoolroom, and we just taught in the kitchen, and now that we have a schoolroom, I absolutely love it. I would not wanna go back to it, but obviously it was manageable. So I have a futon area starting with so that the kids can actually read in here. They obviously spread out throughout the house also. If it gets too loud or if I'm actually teaching and working one-on-one, then they can actually leave and read somewhere else instead of here. But it is here, and it's just nice. Even if they're like sick, they can lay down here and still do their work, and I can still like help them and keep an eye on them. Okay, so the next area is where we keep all our school books. All their actual novels are upstairs, but this is where we keep what we're currently using or some of the curriculum from other grades. These 4 boxes right here, the white ones, is basically a box for each child so that I don't actually see their workbooks. It's really hard for them to keep it super duper organized the way I'd like it to be, so I just thought it's easier for them to put it in these bins, and that way we just have to check it every so often to kind of maintain their area. But it's basically the school books that they use every single day are in there. With that said, I have the pink bin on top, and that is for manipulatives. It's not going to stay there forever because I know it doesn't match with the room, but for now it works. The turquoise bin right next to it is actually where we keep our library books. I love having them in here and having them be visible. It feels like the kids really enjoy reading them more than when they were packed away and they had to go somewhere else to read them. This way they can grab one of the new library books, sit down on the futon, and actually read them in here. I love the atmosphere that it creates, and they get super excited when we get new books. Fair warning, you're going to see things that really need to get organized. For example, if you see there's a map in the background, that needs to go on this wall, and then the tree is actually going to go in a different room. I just haven't gotten around to it, so I'm going to be honest, there are definitely things that I need to work on. Now, if you see this little white basket here, I have a book that I'm currently reading. I like to have it here because if I do get a few minutes, I do like to pull it out and just read if nobody needs my help. And then I have some manipulatives that the kids can grab from here. The other box that has the manipulatives, the light pink one, is mainly things that I pull out and work on it with them. And then I have a random gray thing back here. I actually sprayed this for it to like match things. I'm not really sure what I'll be using it for, but I'm just gonna show you guys every little piece. And then we have our sharpener and our printer, which I absolutely love. Our other HP printer died and we ended up getting this one, and I absolutely love it. With that said, I also have drawers, if you notice, and they are pretty much just paper for printing with ink. And then I have like the baby changing diaper station here, so that again, it's all handy, it's all in here. I basically don't even have to leave. And then I can do a better job of organizing all this. Usually it's not stacked like this, but I wanted to keep it separate because I borrowed that curriculum from somebody and I want to make sure I give it back to them. And then the rest is just kind of by grade, so it goes kindergarten first, second, and then it continues on to third. We're obviously in third, so a lot of it is pulled out. Some of the books that are mine are down there, like marriage things, and then some of the dictionaries that they can use and extra resources. Our math goes here, but obviously I'm holding on to a bunch of curriculum that I borrowed, and then a lot of our science goes here. This is not the science we're currently using this year. Now, I have waited quite some time to get another bookshelf right here, and I actually just got this last week, so I'm not really sure if it's going to stay in this area, but I do love having an extra one because I was really struggling to fit all the curriculum that we had on this lower one, and I felt like I really needed the space to spread out our curriculum more. So the things that I'm currently using with the kids are right up here. And then we were having problems with our 1-year-old touching our 4-year-old stuff, so we had to move some of the things off her desk and put them up here. So I'm not sure what it's going to look like in the end, but for now it's moved off her desk so that he basically can't touch it, and he knows he can't touch it. We also have some Read-Alouds down here. These are our own Read-Alouds. And so I just keep them there to remind me what I have, and then I have an extra box of other ones that I can grab. This is the baby toys. Again, I told you I have everything in this room so that we can stay in this room, and that way I don't have to chase a 1-year-old all around the house not knowing where he went. So these are the toys he only plays with during the school year. I'm not sure if you could see this little corner here, but this is like my little area for managing things. So I have my like household binder there, cleaning binder there. I just have a lot of things. That should be going up on a wall. I'm just, again, not done with this room, but for now it works and it keeps everything organized there. So I'm just rotating around the room. Next is my desk. There's not much I want to say except for it is a bit on the messy side. Everything on the top area I need to store. Those are the things that the kids want to hold on to, so I need to store in their memory boxes. I mentioned that in our paper clutter video, the way we handle all their memory stuff. And then I unfortunately have to tuck everything from the front of the desk to the back. That's why it just kind of looks like shoved back there, because again, the 1-year-old. I feel like there's only so many things you can train them in with not touching until you just have to move them out of the way until they start to grasp the concept, oh, I can't touch anything that's not mine. I do want to show you the inside of the desk, just because I always tell people, if you guys watched our boxing videos, like organizing around the house with boxes and bins and such, just get started. And the reason I say that is it only took me a few minutes to organize this whole desk. So here, I'm going to show it to you, just the inside, but it just took a few minutes, and I absolutely love the fact that I just pull it open, grab what I need, pay bills as needed, and it's all organized and set. So I also have a random head with hair on it, and that's because I really want to encourage the kids to be able to get some just hands-on braiding, and I really, again, just wanted to create an atmosphere here that is enjoyable, so I also wanted to include this here. I know, weird. And then we have our music area here. This is where they can practice their piano. We actually have a piano in the house. This is the keyboard that I didn't want to get rid of because our younger ones really struggle to play the piano because of how heavy the keys are. An electric piano, I should say. And so this really helps, and it fit just perfectly kind of be tucked behind the door. Underneath, we also have a mandolin and a violin. I mean, nobody actually takes lessons for them. I only teach them piano, but in the long run, I'd like to get them violin lessons. And the reason we have a mandolin is because I played it, and so the kids really want to practice it. I do have this empty wall here, and I love the fact that it's behind the door. And so I was thinking of doing like a huge area where I could organize everything, like the home binder and all that stuff put up here and have it be organized. That's just my vision in the long run. I'm not sure when I'm going to get to it, but I would love to do that. And then I also have this board here. I used it to like make reminders for myself before, and this year I just put up their sign language poster. So again, I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for in the long run, but for now, that's what we're using it for. All right, so now we're going to go to the middle of the room. This is probably one of the messiest parts of the room, and that's because I'm still working on figuring out where to put everything. Like I said, I only got the new bookshelf a few days ago, and so I haven't even gotten a chance to fully organize it, but there's some things that will definitely not be here, like this whole area. This is my section with my chair, and all of this will be gone and tucked in there nicely. Now the kids, obviously, if you notice, are kind of struggling with a little bit of space. It's not that we don't have the space, it's that we just haven't fully organized it. Like some of these cards and some of the things that they use all the time, they're not really sure how to make it work and what to do with it. And that's because their desks at the front of the room are just pretty full, I'd say. So I will give you a glimpse of them and show you how it is. But before I do that, I'm gonna stop at our little welcome station. So this is what I do with our kindergartner. We talk about what month we're in and what's going on. 2 weeks into school, we had to stop it, and we're gonna pick it up again starting in November, and then again, we'll see how long it continues. It seemed like it was becoming too repetitive, and so I paused, and then we're gonna continue in November. Right behind here, I have a little resource area for her to use. Obviously, we have a poster for the books of the Bible, but she has little cards here. If she forgets a sound, she can come here, check the sound underneath it. She could either pull it or just take a peek, but basically she can check the sound and remind herself what like T says, tire. Alrighty, and here we are to the front of the room. So everything was changed last year. This year I brought our kindergartner forward to the front of the class. She used to be like in the back because she did more like independent things, and she played on our rug that we have in here. This year I brought her forward so that she has a board in front of her. I basically include some of the words that she's struggling to read up here on the board if you see the actual 2 cards. I also have a poster where as soon as she learns a new sound, she can come and color it. I also have huge boards here. I love, love, love big boards because obviously when I teach them, I like to leave some things up and so that they can refer to them. For example, we have this whole board and it's just different words grouped on vowel families and then just different teams. What I love about these desks is the fact that they have little tiny hooks on the side of them, and the child is able to like hook their backpack, and they actually have 2 on each side. I was thinking of getting another one for a kindergartner, but honestly, I'm not head over heels for the storage. I do kind of wish that we didn't have them at all. I used to use them a lot more for their independent work, but it feels like everyone comes to our school table, the big table in the middle. Notice we even had to pull up a chair for our kindergartner because she wanted to be at the big table with all of us. And so I'm noticing that not many of them, out of like the 3 kids that I am homeschooling, they don't actually use their desks. They mostly use it for storage. But I don't really want to get rid of them because I don't really have a storage solution for all the things that they are holding. So that'll come with time. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but for now it's working. working. Yes, it's a bit cluttered in front, but what's the point of spending money when right now it's working? Honestly, if I would replace them, it would just be for the aesthetics of it. Let's be honest, everyone has that area or corner in a room where things are just shoved and you don't really know what they are. This is my corner right here. So I have an easel in there. I love the fact that it closes. I used to have one of those big plastic ones and now we got rid of it. But we got this free wooden one and I love the fact that it's just hidden back there, kind of hidden. You can kind of see it. And then I have extra pillows. I love having the extra pillows. They're flat enough where if we have like story time or just something else, I love when the little kids get excited and they grab them and they come sit on them on the rug. So it just provides this extra like sweet little moment for them to sit on and it makes it super special. I also store posters in there. And then I also have this random box of like all these Bible characters, Velcro stuff that I all need to cut up and basically start using it or at least donate to a church. Over the 3 years that we've lived here, just kind of switched things up and shoved random things in there. Obviously, it'd be nice if these are more so it fit perfectly, but these are actually just ones that we had at our old house. We didn't have a lot of space there and so we wanted a lot of like extra storage and so we bought these to make up for the lack of storage and they work just amazingly. Okay, I'll give you a peek in one of them, but just so you see how much storage it provides. And it's not overstimulating to look at all this. Imagine being able to see all this just in the room. I feel like it would be, just too much for me. Okay, but I warned you, it's messy. So here it is. All right, at the top we have school supplies, then basically 2 rows of games, some craft stuff, some more like Play-Doh, some more craft stuff, making bows. I mean, it's just craft galore. Then it goes into like more educational things, some of our manipulatives, some of the paints that we have, the abacus, a bunch of different manipulatives. Then we drop to the bottom when we have games that the kids can actually reach and can play. And then at the bottom, we just store some like material and things for like sewing. So it's not like cluttered as in it's a hodgepodge mess and I shove things in there, but it just doesn't like, it's not as organized as I'd like it to be, but it works for us. So there you have it. If you were looking for a perfect room, you definitely didn't get that here. Hopefully in the long run, I could organize it a little more, but so far it works so well for our needs and I absolutely love coming in here and just being able to have that place where we do school. And if they pull out the Legos, let's say, and they leave it as a mess for one night, the next day we can clean it up and I don't have to look at them. But I get really overstimulated with just all the things that we have. So I am actually going to be starting to minimize soon and I'll take you on that journey with me. Thanks so much for watching. If you found anything useful, go ahead and hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can get weekly updates on the videos that we release. Don't forget to comment below with just what are some of the things that you use in your schoolroom to make it more organized and to make it more functional. I'd love to hear from you guys. Have a great day.